What is the pettiest reason you can't date someone? Wasn't my pettiness, but a girl I went on a few dates with wouldn't date me because she wanted to be the artistic one in the relationship and she was worried that me being a musician would spoil that for her. Edit, wasn't real deep into it, it was just a couple of dates. I don't feel negatively toward her. She was a nice enough person, lol. Also, music isn't my career, more of a passionate hobby. I work in IT by day. These people crack me up. A lady I was once neighbors with described herself to me as being a real hippie. Our bin was always full of her garbage from the Amazon orders she got several times a week. Everything she ate arrived via skip. She bought a bike once to try to be more green, but when she found one she liked better she bought it. When I asked about buying the old one from her, she implied that she had either tossed it off the bridge into the river or dumped it in a ditch somewhere. She wasn't a hippie, she just didn't shave or shower. Ended things with a guy over various other reasons, but the most annoying was how many times he told me that he'd leave me for Miranda Lambert in a heartbeat. Which okay, I get it, some people have a list of celebrities they'd leave their S/O over, mostly as a joke. But this was like every day, just randomly said, not related to the conversations we were having at the time, and he meant it. He made sure I understood that if for some god-forsaken reason Miranda Lambert walked in through the front door, I was gone. Edit, thanks for all the comments. I was surprised to read that many people didn't know who she was. Guess I was so familiar with her after hearing about her so often during that relationship, haha. My grandparents were very Southern. When I was a kid, I spent the night at their house and heard them wrestling. I heard my grandpa say my grandma's name, Sarah, but with his accent he said Useru. I met a girl named Sarah who was also Southern. When she introduced herself as Seru, I had to nope out. It just gave me the heebie-jeebies. Rewind to college, me and my friends are out at a bar. My buddy Dave and I are seniors and his sister is a sophomore, and just turned 21, so she's out with us. We are having a good time and look over and his sister is chatting with this guy at the bar. Fast forward an hour or two and they are still talking, except she's basically on his lap and they're making eyes at each other. 1:30, last call, we are getting ready to go and checking to see if she is going home with this guy or coming with us. She's not there. We look around and she's sitting with her girlfriends at a table. We collect her and as we're walking out I ask what happened to the dude. Turned out his name was Dave. I can't go home with a guy with the same name as my brother. Bro got turned down because of his first name. Savage. I almost broke up with a girl when she was trying to be seductive and yanked my book out of my hand and closed it, losing my spot. Ugh. Hated this. She would sleep in Sunday mornings and my bio clock still woke me up or my weekday work time. So I would just catch up on news on Sunday quietly in bed next to her, still cuddling. But if she woke up next to me and saw that I was reading, she would yank it out of my hand and throw a tantrum that I wasn't paying attention to her while she slept. As a bonus, when we were awake, she didn't want me to read the news or books either. She wanted to always talk or do stuff together. I just needed some goddamned me time, but she hated that. So I just read constantly around her till she broke up with me. She had the same name as my mom. I've gone by my middle name my entire life. To the point if someone says my given first name, it takes a time or two for it to register in my head that they're talking to me and not my dad. Dated a girl who insisted on calling me my first name. For about 6 months, I assumed she just had a negative association with someone having my middle name, but quite the opposite. Her older brother has my first name. And over that 6 months I came to understand she has a very close, codependent, weird as fuck relationship with her brother. And after meeting him and realizing we looked physically similar. Bald, tattoos, beard. I just noped the fuck out. My brother-in-law is married to someone with the same first, middle and now last name as his mom. They've been together 18 years and married for 11 with 2 kids. My friend is dating someone who has the same name as her brother. Another friend is married to someone who has the nickname version of her name, think Danny and Daniel, and they have the same middle name, only the masculine and then feminine spelling, think Ashley and Ashley. They have 3 kids and their parents' names are basically the same. Also, their first name is the same as mine, which was the name my husband was going to be given if he was a girl. Names are great. I know a Christian married to a Christina who have a son named Christopher. All of their friends call them Chris. In the days where most homes had a single landline telephone, it would have been a clusterfuck at that house. I literally rethought about my relationship with my ex when we went to the zoo. I paid for everything, tickets, parking, the food, gift shop, etc., which all wasn't cheap, and he had the nerve to say our trip to the zoo was boring. I broke up with a pretty hot girl when I was younger because she didn't swing her arms when she walked. It just looked weird and reminded me of a gorilla. Really stupid reason, I know, but it just looked so stupid and I couldn't overcome it. Nah, I get it. My brother doesn't swing his arms at all. Doesn't help that he's also super tall and skinny, and in marching band, so he's trained to walk super smoothly. So he just glides around like a tall Victorian ghost child, but I don't want to make him self-conscious, so I say nothing. Prison or big family with lots of older siblings and or minimal food. I have a buddy with 5 older brothers who eats like this. I actually made a joke about it the first time he came over for dinner and said something like, "Easy, man, we're not gonna steal your food." And I wasn't being a dick. I genuinely thought he was doing some kind of caveman impression to be funny. He explained that growing up, his older siblings would steal his food right off his plate, so he always protected it and shoveled it in as fast as he could. Edit, changed first sentence to include and or. Went on a date with a girl and at the end we went to kiss. She attacked my face like a zombie trying to eat my brain. It was like the worst, cheesiest porn kiss. I finally had to grab her head and hold it still to get a decent kiss in, but I couldn't go through with it again and had to bail on her. Friends with voices that annoy me. Thanks for watching. If you're eager to hear more wild stories, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to leave us a like. Also, let us know a crazy story from yourself in the comments section below. Also, feel free to check out other fun videos in our channel. See you soon.